don't know about y'all, but following a governor, introducing the president in front of about half the legislature and the national press when I was a junior in high school, no, it wouldn't be close. I just want you to remember me when you're president. When I go by, don't say Joe who, okay? Promise me? Before I begin, I'd like to say a quick word about an old friend of mine. A quick word about Senator John Warner. I had the privilege of serving with John for 3 decades in the United States Senate. And I can say without hesitation, he was a man of conscience and a man of honor. And in his life full of honors, the most enduring was his service to the people of Virginia. And we're going to miss him dearly. And, John took chances. I was stunned, pleased and stunned, when in the middle of my primary, John endorsed me for President of the United States. It was how things sort of used to be back in the old days in the United States Senate when I first got there. People, that didn't happen that often, but people would cross the aisle to work with one another. John was a man of great integrity, and he's going to be missed, and Virginia was just fortunate to have him as long as they did. Now, Jacob, I want to thank you for sharing your story, and I want to, you pointed out that my wife works for the governor. No wonder she doesn't pay attention to me when I'm around the governor. But all kidding aside, I'm very proud of the fact that Jill has, teaching is not what Jill does, teaching is who she is. And she's done it her whole adult life, and she's still doing it. I know some people said, when you're First Lady, are you going to continue to teach? She said, yes, but I don't think she bargained for having to teach online initially. Students, I watched her. She spent more time, 4 hours a day, for about a month, learning how to teach online. So don't feel bad about y'all having to do it. I watched the teachers have to do it. At any rate, and I just want to say that, we're in a position now, Governor Northam, I want to thank you for your welcome to the Commonwealth. And I want to thank you for all you're doing to help win the fight against COVID. You're one of the best governors in the country in taking this on. And you did it from the beginning. And Mayor Wilson, thanks for the passport into the city. I promise I'll leave in time, but thank you. And Congressman Connolly and Beyer, they are both members of Congress, but Congressman Connolly got to the Congress with a real impediment. He worked for me for years before that on my staff. And everything's gone downhill since you left, Jerry, but thank you. And I want to thank the Speaker as well, and the Senate Majority Leader, as well as thank all of you working so hard for the people here in Northern Virginia. 4 months after I took office, we're further along in this fight than anyone thought possible. Let's remember where we were 129 days ago. When I took office, we were averaging 184,000 cases per day nationwide. Here in Virginia, as the governor pointed out, schools were closed. Main Street had gone quiet here and in cities all across America. Virginia Tech didn't play in a bowl game this winter, first time in 28 years. And so many joys of life, large and small, have been halted by a long, dark winter. And today, we've gone from 184 cases per day nationwide to fewer than 22,000 cases per day. Deaths have dropped by over 85%. Tens of thousands of moms and dads, grandpops and grandmoms, brothers, sisters, neighbors, friends are still with us today who would otherwise have been lost. This has been true here in Virginia particularly. From 43,000 cases the week before I took office to fewer than 2,800 the past week, a 93% decline. We've been able to do it for three reasons. First, we planned and executed a vaccination effort at a scale and speed never before seen here or anywhere in the world. Here in Virginia, that meant $247 million in federal funding for community vaccination sites. Over 360 federally funded National Guard members supporting the state's COVID-19 response. Getting doses to community health care centers, 1,000 pharmacies all across Virginia, and creating a mass vaccination site in Norfolk, initially run by the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the United States Navy in partnership with Virginia. Second reason that we succeeded is governors like Governor Northam have been instrumental partners. Leaders in red states and blue states working with businesses, faith leaders, community groups to get it done at a local level. And thirdly, and most crucially, the American people. More than 165 million Americans so far have done their patriotic duty, 165 million, and gotten at least one shot. Americans of every party, every race, creed, have come together and rolled up their sleeves literally and done their part. Now, 51% of American adults have been fully vaccinated. 75% of seniors fully vaccinated, leaving nobody behind, black, white, Hispanic, across the world, across the board. They've been getting their vaccinations. In Virginia, 55%, as the governor said, of all adults are vaccinated. I believe that's the right number, Gov. And look at what that means. We aren't just saving lives, we're getting our lives back. Stores and restaurants up and down Main Street are hanging open signs on their front doors. And here in the rock climbing gym, we're greeted by another, and we're greeting one another with smiles with our masks off. And I'm about to do this 60-foot wall, but I tell you what, I work out every morning, but I said, I have trouble holding those grips then. And the young man said to me, he said, the way to work your hands, he said, get a kettlebell, a light one, and just put it under your fingers and work it that way. Tonight I'm trying. But folks, look, in Norfolk and Fredericksburg, fans are heading back to the minor league ballparks. Pools and parks are opening up across the state. Families are heading down to spend Memorial Day weekend at Virginia Beach, and all over the country. We've gone from pain and stagnation of a long, dark winter to an economy on the move, growing faster than it has in nearly 40 years. From anemic job creation in the months before I took office to the fastest job creation in the first 3 months of any administration in American history, and rising wages, rising wages. As more Americans get vaccinated, the days grow brighter and brighter. But let me be clear, we're not done yet. We have to reach those who are not vaccinated and make it as easy as possible for them to get protected. I set an ambitious goal of getting 70% of adult Americans at least one shot by July the 4th. Today, just over a month to go, we're at 62%. 10 states have already reached the 70% milestone. Virginia 66 is moving closer every day. And counting on just all the help and continuing this process is really, I think you're going to get the job done here in Virginia pretty quickly, Gov. To hit 70% and keep sprinting through the finish line is what we're all about. If we succeed, we can celebrate our independence from the virus together on the 4th of July as we celebrate our independence as a nation. And the future is only going to get brighter, because there will be no doubt what America can achieve when we do it together. I know when I ran for office, I said I wanted to do 3 things, one of which was to unite the country. It's difficult, but this is the first real evidence that we're able to do it. The American people are more ready to come together, I believe, than the Congress and the elected officials are. But we're getting there. If you aren't vaccinated yet, it's never been easier. If convenience is the issue, there are 80,000 locations. Visit vaccines.gov or text your zip code to 438829, and you'll find the sites nearest you. It'll pop up immediately, and in almost all cases, you don't need an appointment. If transportation is an issue, I want to thank Lyft and Uber. They've come forward and they've offered free rides to and from vaccination sites through the July 4th. So anybody who says they can't get there, call Lyft or Uber. They're doing a patriotic thing. They'll come and pick you up, take you to the vaccination center, wait for you, and take you back to your home or wherever you emerge from. And you know, cost is an issue. Don't be concerned. The vaccine is 100% free. And if time is an issue, there are 10,000 sites offering vaccinations without an appointment. 1,000 pharmacies in Virginia alone. And the vast majority offer no appointment, with no appointment required. We made extraordinary progress. Every American should be proud of what we've accomplished, and we did it together. But we still have 5 weeks left to hit our goal. You know, and I know we can do it. Just look at what we've done so far. There's not a single thing, and I've been saying this a long time, and I think a lot of the press are smart as the devil, think I'm being naive. There's nothing we cannot accomplish if we do it together. I really believe that. Nothing we've ever set our mind to as Americans that we failed at when we've done it together. And Virginia, you know you're doing your part. So, you know, I remember always would hear in the last administration, I'd hear when they talk about vaccines and that we're going to make great progress. He'd say there's light at the end of the tunnel. I was reminded of my generation in the 60s. There was a very raunchy comedian who said, yeah, there's light, when he's talking about the Vietnam War. He said, yeah, there's light at the end of the tunnel. It's a freight train. Well, this time there's sunlight at the end of the tunnel. There's real light. There's real light. And Gov, I really mean this. I'm not being political. You've done one hell of a job, Doc. You've done a hell of a job, and it matters. It matters. So I want to thank you all. God bless you. God protect our troops. And tell me, why aren't you in school? School off today? All right, well, anyway, thank you all very much. What grade are you looking for? Seniors. When's graduation? What day?
June 12th.
June 12th. All right. And so the youngest are